Good morning, second grade students. Hello, Colton. Hello, Liam. Hello, Nathaniel. Hello, Sawyer. And hello, UV. Today we're going to talk about, I want you to turn to this is a grammar lesson, second grade grammar lesson. First, before we do the lesson though, I'd like you to turn to your reference book. Remember, this is what your reference section, your reference book looks like for grammar. I want you to turn to page 25. Okay, page 25. And at the top it should say reference 37, present, past, and future verb tenses. Okay? Tense means time. So the three times we are talking about are present tense, right now, past tense, in the past, the history, and future tense, the time that has not happened yet. Most languages have those three types of tenses and those types of verbs that they need to use for their languages. Okay, I want to talk about, they have a good example in your book. They have, the girls walk to school. Okay, the word walk is obviously our verb. That shows action. The girls walk. That action, that verb, is happening right now. So we call that a present tense verb, walk. Okay? We're going to talk about a past tense for the what would be the same as the word walk, but it happened in the past. If you think you know what it is, great. Go ahead and say it or write it. Past. The girls walked to school. Okay? That happened in the past. All right? So we have walk, walked. Now for future tense, we often have to write an extra word. For future tense, let's pretend we're talking about something that didn't happen yet. The girls will walk to school. Okay? So oftentimes for future tenses, not always, we actually have to add the word will. Will walk. The girls will walk to school. Will walk. That's going to happen in the future. Maybe tomorrow, maybe next week. All right, so that is an example from our reference book. Go ahead and take the time to look over your reference book more on your own. You could pause this video and look at it more, or you can just move on with me at the moment. And now I want you to turn in your lesson books, in your grammar, Shirley Grammar, please turn to page 69. At the top, it'll say Chapter 20, Lesson 1, Practice. And it says, identify the tense of each underlined verb by writing a number 1 for present tense, a number 2 for past tense, and a number 3 for future tense. Okay? Hope you can see that okay. I will be using a pen only because the pencil does not show up real well in videos, okay? I'm going to be using a pen, but I do want you students to use a pencil, a graphite regular pencil. All right, let's take a look here. Remember, number 1 is going to be for present tenses. That's for verbs, action that happens right now. Number 2 will be used for past, a verb that happened in the past. And number 3 will be used for future tense. Okay? Let's read this first sentence together. It says, he played the trombone. They already underlined the verb for us, okay? Let's think about it. Is that going to happen in the future? He played the trombone. No. Is that happening right now in the present? No. This is, a lot of times, with ed, it's going to be a past tense verb. And that's exactly what it is here, too. So I am going to come back up here. Number 2 represents past tense verbs. So I wrote number 2 in there. Let's keep going. Now we still have the verb play, play, as our base verb. But now we need to figure out if it's past, present, or future. It says, he plays the trombone. So they already have it underlined, our verb underlined. Is it in the past? No. Is it in the future? No. This plays, he plays the trombone, is right now. That's a present tense verb. That is going to be number 1. And then the bottom one, it says, he will play the trombone. He will play the trombone. That happens in the future. That will play, remember, will is often added to a future verb. Not always, though. Anyway, so our future tense verbs are number 3. All right? I think on some of your papers, I already did fill this in. For some of you who don't get to see the video, I thought it might help if you saw the teams rest after the long game. That's clearly a present tense verb. The word rest is our verb. That's present, so I'm going to put a number 1. Number 5, it says the teams will rest after the long game. Aha, I remember when Mrs. Lennon told me that oftentimes a future tense verb has will in front of it. So I know it's a future tense. 3 represents future tense. Okay. And then number 6, the teams rested after the long game. That, again, I remember Mrs. Lennon telling me the ed often represents past tense. So this is, oh, my pen's going out. This is our past tense verb. Okay, I'm going to switch to a mark. Oh, sorry. Past tense is 2. Sorry. All right. So I'm going to fill those in a little better so you can hopefully see. I want you to go ahead and take a look and make sure you got those correct. Now I want you to also go ahead. We're going to talk about irregular verbs too.